It's Wednesday, and it's time to get a little wacky. It's Wacky Wednesday with Bumper Gomez. You never know what you're going to get from this former U.S. Marine that has a passion for Tejano culture and get you up close and personal with your favorite Tejano stars and so much more. Unfiltered Wacky Wednesday with Bumper Gomez starts now.
Hey, turn the volume all the way down. Whoever's watching.
Yeah.
Oh, rookies. We got rookies, guys. We got rookies. Here we go. Welcome to another edition of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. We're live here from San Antonio, Texas, from the Wacky Wednesday studio. We got some special guests in the building. Maybe some of you haven't seen these gentlemen in a very long time. And I want to tell you guys that from the moment they've walked into my home, I've had the chills. So, the baddest son of a bitch you've ever seen. The baddest dude you've ever seen holding a bajo sexto, man. I have the legend right here with me, right in front of me. Give him a little bit, Juan.
That's enough.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, y'all gonna egg him on. He's not gonna stop. But again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. As promised, in the studio, I have Los Amigos.
Los Amigos.
Los Amigos.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
I would hit the clap sound, but it's too far tonight. It's too far away from me. But no, starting all the way on the other side of me, if you guys want to introduce yourself.
You bet, Bumper. Thank you for primeramente, gracias. Thank you for giving this chance to come over here and say hi to everybody. And let everybody in a little bit on what's going on, what we're doing. And my name is Juan P Moreno. I used to have a lot of hair a long time ago. Ahora estoy pelón. I used to be skinny, and I was really good looking.
What happened?
Hace mucho.
I think we all were. I think
En
we're all
español,
skinny.
hace muchos años tenía mucho pelo, era muy guapo y bien flaquito. Saludos a toda la gente que nos está viendo all over different places of the world. We have a lot of fans, a lot of family. I want to say hi to para toda la gente en Monterrey, to my wife, my esposa Angélica, mi hija Selene, que nos están viendo ahorita, to my dad, José Modesto Moreno, in Alice, Texas. Ahorita está en Alice.
Puro Coyote Country.
Puro Coyote Country, ¿sabes bien? Para todas mis hermanas, mis hermanos, ahorita les mandamos más saludos, pero my name is Juan P. Moreno. Saludos a todos, and we're going to be chatting here, bullshitting here, saying whatever we want. I guess that's what they say. Johnny's saying, you can say whatever you want. Chato Ordonez right here. We're longtime buddies. Yeah. The Chamacos back in the day.
Saludos.
Manuel Alvarado.
I knew
My
Chato.
turn or your turn?
These guys are always like this.
You got the
Yo
floor.
soy Eduardo Ordonez, Chato.
Okay, that's enough.
That's enough, ponle.
Ellos alegan y yo tomo. Por eso dice, ¿por qué te enojas? Dice el señor, estaba la vieja llori. Dice, ¿por qué lloras, mujer? Dice, porque tú tomas mucho. Y dije, ¿por qué tomas mucho? Dice, porque tú lloras. Y lo hizo así.
Puro cry.
Dale, Chacho, dale.
If it keeps falling, we'll fix it.
I don't know.
Sigues tú, ponle.
Oh, well, manda saludos a everybody out there in San Antonio, Houston, Dallas,
right.
all of Texas, California, the whole U.S. and together. And
All over,
Mexico,
you got a lot of fans everywhere.
Sudamérica,
We do. Did you watch them
Centroamérica,
all?
all over the world. Quiero mandarles saludos primeramente a mi familia en Pawnee, Texas.
The
I
big
got a lot of
Pawnee.
family and friends
Pawnee.
in Pawnee, Floresville, Kennedy, Carson City, Beville, Three Rivers, George West, all that area, all these friends. For my sister in Floresville, and Pete, and
Landy,
all my nieces, so Landy and Pete, and Ivani Bet, and
he hasn't talked to him in a while.
everybody.
Bumper. So he's got to make points.
And all my family in Pawnee,
Otra vez.
the Frankies, and Corky Frankie, and all the
Corky
family.
Frankie, saludos al primo.
Saludos al primo. Y a los Camillas, Ray and Roland is Camillas family, que en paz descansen, Travis, Lucas, the Poldricks, Leroy, all them, and all my family and friends.
Ya se acabó Pawnee, ya está
Aquí
lleno.
estamos.
He mentioned all Pawnee.
That's the whole population.
Pawnee.
I know. When you leave Pawnee, do you change the sign? The number, so you just flip it one less, and when you come back, you put one more.
In the back of her shirt dice leaving Pawnee. Y en frente dice entering Pawnee.
No, it's good. We're all good.
Hey, speaking of shirts, you see that nice shirt he's got? That's an original.
Hey guys, check this out.
Get a
Straight
original.
up flashback from the mid 1980s. He came in here. He's like, "Hey, Bumper, you know what? I really don't work at a gas station.
I'm not a mechanic.
I'm not a mechanic." And he goes, "Really look at it." I said, "Well, I know it's Van Halen, bro. Let me." So he said he bought it here in San Antonio, 1985.
Somewhere around there. I can't remember.
But the thing is not the shirt. The thing is that it still fits. That's what he said. It still fits.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, I used to be 6'2", and
6'2", full of muscle.
Full of muscle. Anyway, well, it's good to be here. It's good to be back. I've been missing in action
AWOL.
for a while, so it's good to be back doing this project, especially with my good friends here, Chato. Well, not really.
Por eso somos los amigos. Well, not really.
My good
friend. My friend is Juan, but
Oh man,
Okay, I'm done for now.
Chato.
He's happy because we haven't seen each other in about 25 years, 30 years.
After today, another 25 years. No, we're good.
You good, Chato?
I'm good. Un saludo para toda mi familia Ordonez ahí en Alice. Cousins, primos, primas, whatever. Todos ahí.
De todos.
So you know, these three guys have really been at it for over an hour. Like we could have, if we were watching, you guys would have loved the interaction that was going on here. But Chato said it. Manuel said it. It's been 25 years plus.
Yeah, I think he's 30, no?
30?
Yeah.
Sí, porque pues it was
1990.
A mí me corrieron en el 91. Oh man.
Damn, we're not even 10 minutes into the
No,
show.
but ¿cuántos años es that? 91, 2021. Dime. So
3 years.
30 years.
30 años? No, pues
It was 91.
I graduated in Alice High School in 83, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, it was 1991. Yeah, when I was dislocated shoulder. No quería decir que no habían comido.
Man.
He renewed a contract. No quería el contract.
I didn't want a
You want
contract.
to renew it, yeah.
So they let me go home early.
Wow.
And I went with David Lee and Los Musicales on 92. So yeah.
Dude,
We just started getting together. Pero ahorita, I guess we just let everybody know poquito a poquito what we're doing. Everybody knows, a lot of people, los que nos conocen, I mean, Manuel, drummer, Chato, bass player, bajo player here. We played many years together, like 7.5 years together, right?
Yeah.
We toured all over the United States and got into Mexico poquito. Back in the day when we were Los Chamacos. But things happen, cosas pasan en la vida, you know, and there's changes, and that's just the way it is, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you change wives, you change groups, change clothes, and you change everything. What did I just say?
Oh man, look, I always tell you to my viewers, you guys are in for a badass night, straight up. I mean, what you get right here is live. There's no scripts here. There's no nothing. These guys are, they know they're live. But I'm gonna ask y'all to do one thing. it's been 30 years that we figured it out. Now, I'd put 25 years. It's been 30 years that these guys have sat down together and worked on something, and I'm honored. I am complete. I called my mom before this, and I said, Mom, un poquito nervioso. And she's like, well, amigo, you're never nervous. I said, nah, Mom, because growing up here in South Texas, man, you guys were godly, bro, in a sense. Neta, like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember being chavalito, going and seeing y'all. And I mean, I don't know if you still can do it, but crisscrossing la chingada with the, you know, with the thing.
I just put the video back and forth.
but no, I mean, you know what I was telling her, I said, Mom, you know, I just really looked up to these guys. Like, man, these guys these guys are stars. And the fact that I get to sit down and just have a conversation with them, period, to me is just, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
It means a lot. So with that being said, to all the viewers, if this is the first time you're ever watching, we do this every single Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. You never know what you're going to get. It's not always musicians, but lately it's been a lot of musicians, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to do me a favor. If you're not doing it already, I need you to hit the share button. Yes. Share the hell out of this, because I promise you there's some people out there that are going to come across this and be like, yo, is that who I think it is? Besides the haircut that Juan P has, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll recognize him.
That's what I was gonna say. You know, things happen. Things happen, and we've parted ways, but we've never parted our friendship. You know,
right.
I met out of us here, Chato and I met Chato in 1982. We was seniors, graduating in 83. We were seniors in Ali's high school, and that's where I met him. And Chato and his brother and his dad, they had a group called Bebe Los Camaradas. And was, you know, I was 17. And Chato was like 26 because
28.
We called him Rerun.
28.
Third grade for like
28.
I don't know how many years, but they called him Rerun for a while. 28.
Oh, shit, man.
We were young, and you know, he introduced me to his brother and his dad, and gave me a chance to mess around with them, and we got to become friends, you know, desde la escuela, since high school, the senior year. And then later, pues I went on with Chamacos, and we needed a bass player, and I got a hold of Chato right away. I was
big mistake.
But Manuel was already in. Before Chato, Manuel was in. So we made several mistakes.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? At the end of the day, man, you could call them mistakes. You could call them whatever the hell you want. Yeah. However it happened, it happened.
Yes.
And it was legendary.
We were very fortunate. I think we were very fortunate that we got to cross roads in our life at a very young age. And, you know, everybody talented in their own way, in their own instrument. And we're muy afortunados because we met the right people. We got to, you know, like Johnny Canales. We can never leave him out. Johnny Canales was a big help for Los Chamacos. He took us everywhere. You know, he took us everywhere all over the United States, you know, with a lot of shows. You know, we'd get 3,000. He'd get 15,000, but we'd get 3,000. No te creas, Johnny. Don't worry about it. Beto Ayala from Florida no nos dijo nada.
But Juan, that's what I mean, though. Like,
saludos a todos los
Immokalee, Florida. Yeah, yes. My wife's from Florida, so it's a shout out to all the people in Florida that are watching from Ruskin, Waimama, Immokalee. What am I missing? What's another?
West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach.
Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando. Shout out. There's
Rolando
a lot
of... and todos esos son hermanos.
Oh, man. Hey, Juan P, so you said you called Chato in high school to join the Chamacos.
Well, we were already graduated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
You're graduated.
We graduated in 83, and then I went on in 84 with Chamacos, with Los Chamacos de Raúl de Anda, del papá de Jaime.
Yeah.
So that's where I started working, and then like 3 or 4 months later, Manuel comes in, the drummer. We meet him in Carson City.
Oh yeah.
And then about 8 months later, I think something like that, 9
something
months.
like that.
We need a bass player, and then they say we need a bass player, and I said I know one. We called Chato. We called him. We hooked up.
You know, I've had Chato before on another episode that I've done, but there's something about bass players, dude. Like to me,
Son los más burlistas.
No.
No. Check it out. Here's what I say. Like sometimes when a profession, like a certain profession, you can go anywhere in the United States, and it's the same. You go somewhere. For instance, I'm just gonna and if this is what you do, no offense, I'm just using an example. Walmart overnight stalker. I could be in California or I can be here in Texas or in Florida. A lot of those people have the same, the way they carry themselves and the way they talk. They're kind of like the same people. You can put them in the same room and they're kind of like, you're like, God dang, you guys are really, really alike, right?
I like aisle 6 and 7.
So what I'm getting at is like, to me, bass players are always just the dudes in the back. Like, hey, bro, I'm cool. Let me give you that groove, and I'm in the back, like just chilling. But Chato, you really never could really, you being in a conjunto, you had to be up front. There's no
I was
hiding.
always in the back. Y luego te salió. So I had to go to the front.
Okay, salud for that. Salud. Yeah, all right.
And I didn't want him back there with me, so.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough lights back there. For
Yeah.
No había luces, más antes.
No había luz.
So man, there is a lot of people watching. There's actually people watching from Waimama, Florida. Shout out to the
Saludos.
Butrones in there and from Florida. I was telling the guys, if I don't mention your comment, please don't get mad and don't watch next week. It's just I'm carrying a conversation, so it's kind of hard.
It's hard
It's hard to look at everybody. But I want to give a special shout out, because this guy, week in and week out, he promotes the hell out of Wacky Wednesday, and that's DJ Brandon. All the way in Pearsall. He's
Watching
big-
Salud,
The Pearsall.
Pearsall, Texas,
Pearsall,
man.
sorry,
That's it.
Brandon.
Salud,
So-
Brandon.
Yeah.
Again, is this your first time watching? Share it, man. We also have another special guest in the audience who maybe, I don't know, maybe I can convince him to take my seat for a little bit and maybe
song
they
with me.
can, sing a song with them. You want to do that?
Hey,
Right now?
come on, invite him. It's
Coming,
my
yeah.
brother-in-law, mi cuñado Johnny Sobrevilla, animador de Grupo Visión, San Antonio. And he is a part of this project that we're doing. A ratito we'll let you know what we're to get into.
But to get into it, let's-
It's este cuñado. He's doing the backup vocals and
Photographer.
well, we're all singing. Chato, me, Johnny, and Salomon, my nephew Salomon with Grupo Retoño.
Uh-huh.
And he's the accordion player for this project.
I'm singing too, but my mic's turned off.
Yeah, we turn off his mic. But Johnny, pásate, vamos a
All right, man, here he is. We'll let him come take my seat
Coming
for a
to
little
the
bit.
stage, Johnny Sobrevilla.
Remember, porque me amargas la vida. We'll do this song, we dedicate out to everybody in Mathis, everybody in Corpus Christi area, Beeville, all South Texas, porque I know they play a lot this song over there in KSAB. Saludos y un abrazo muy grande para compadre Dan Peña. Recupérate pronto, compadre. ¿Eh? We miss you on that.
Espera. También un grande saludo a un buen amigo, a Honorio Garza, que está viendo.
All right, saludos,
Saludos,
Honorio.
Honorio.
La Grulla, Texas, ¿sabes bien?
Y toda su familia, Eddie, and your mom,
Yeah,
and,
the
and
twins,
everybody, the
los
twins,
cuates.
los cuates, and your wives, and everybody, and friends. And hopefully we'll be in Roma Rio Grande, La Grulla one day, as Los Amigos. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is a song bumper that I recorded a long time ago con Los Chamacos. Es una canción que yo agarré. Mi papá me inculcaba, and he would teach me a lot of old songs of other old groups, old composers and stuff. And it says Amor del Alma, and I redid it with the group, the Renegades, Testa Renegades in Mathis, Texas. Saludos para Vicente Soto, para David González, brother. Hopefully que te veas muy pronto.
Chano,
Cadena, ¿cómo se llama este? Ay. ¿Sabes bien? Ahorita te mando. Let's do it. ¿Por qué me amargas la vida? ¿Por qué no entiendes mi amor? ¿Por qué pensar en traiciones si somos un corazón? Amor que brota del alma, como este que en mí brotó. Tendrá que ser un cariño que solamente lo acabe Dios. Tú sabes que mi alma vivió entre tus brazos la historia de amores que tanto soñé. Tú sabes, paloma, que me haces pedazos si el día de mañana me pierdes la fe. What do you think about that back stretcher?
Dude, that's fucking badass.
Quiero mandar saludos para todos los amigos de Monterrey, all my fans from Monterrey, todos los fanáticos de por allá, todos los familiares, muchos amigos, familia de Santos Reyes, Renato González, y también para Dwayne Verheyden, el holandés.
Saludos, Dwayne.
¿Sabes bien? Para Lalo Mora Jr., los herederos,
Saludos,
para Blue
Lalo.
Charlie Torrente, Certero, todos los camaradas, Arnulfo Jr., todos los que están viendo. Esta rolita, guacha, esta distribución.
The water in the way of the camera.
Tú que fuiste para mí todita mi ilusión. Hoy me parte el corazón esta desilusión. Se nubló de nuevo mi cielo, me di cuenta que no fue eterno. Todo en este mundo se acaba, hoy se acaba tu amor por mí. Mas no voy a lamentar, no tiene caso ya. No me voy a atormentar pensando nada más. Que tú ya no me perteneces, que perdí tu amor para siempre. Voy a hacerte cuenta que nunca tu camino crucé. Everybody más, real hard, más. Más no voy a lamentar, no tiene caso ya. Ahora no me voy a atormentar pensando en nada más. ¿Qué? Tú ya no me perteneces, que perdí tu amor para siempre. Voy a hacerte cuenta que nunca
Ese es mi Johnny.
tu camino crucé. ¿Sabes bien?
Ya sé.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny, you can sit here on the floor if you want to.
Dude, man.
Sit right there. You don't know.
Damn it, look.
Oh my God. That was freaking badass, man.
Thank you. Gracias,
Dude,
Johnny,
that
por
was
la
from
segunda.
watching it from over there. That shit was. Juan, I forgot you can sing like that, bro.
I just like my vocals.
I forgot, man. Hey, so that's what you're in store for tonight, man. You don't know what you're gonna get. Again, I really want the fans to get to know, not to get to know them because you know who they are, but you know, just to know a little bit about what's going on. This project that they're putting on. I don't want to say it, but I have to because I'm gonna say it. It's my show. Fuck it. I can say it. Do it.
Just go ahead and do it.
No. I was in Alice and I did the show. I did the show with Chamacos, Half a Macizo. Cesar showed up from David Lee. It was just a badass jam
Awesome,
session,
yeah.
man. And when we were leaving, I don't know if he remembers, we were leaving. I was saying my bye's tearing everything down, and Chato stops me and he's like, hey, check this out. And he showed me a picture. I'm like, whoa, what is that? Find out soon enough, you know? And dude, so
was it a picture of him
no.
in his Speedo?
No. So let me tell you, let me tell the viewers how these three legendary musicians, I'm gonna say it again, legendary musicians landed here. I brought up the Chamacos for fanfare, which Chato, thank you so much. That was
Anytime, bro.
dude, that was badass. Like to see thousands of people out there screaming for me was just nerve wracking. But I don't know how you guys do it, man. But literally, I got off the stage, and then there was this vato there, no sleeves on the camisa. Well, there's only one guy who wears a shirt with no sleeves. It's Juan P. So I stop and me and Juan P shoot the shit real quick, and he's like, "Hey, you're from Facebook?" I said, "Yeah, I got the show, whatever." He goes like, "Hey, well, have you ever had a bajo sexto player on there?" I said, "Well, I've had a few. You know, I've had a few here in the studio, whatever." And I said, "But I never had Juan P Moreno here." And he's like, "Well, let's talk." And man, literally a couple of texts. I'm not even bullshitting. A couple of texts. That 2-minute, 3-minute conversation I had with them at fanfare, and then, you know, Meme texts me because they live out in the middle of nowhere, and
Manuel's got his own AT&T antenna there. So if you have anything else besides AT&T, it's not gonna work.
That's right.
We're not gonna have a family.
So then I texted them both, and they were like, "Hey, we want to do it, but we want Chato there."
Well,
And I follow Chato.
Manuel didn't want him here.
Oh shit! The truth comes out. So I knew I followed.
he found out.
I followed Chato on on social media, so I know that they were in Vegas. So I'm like, you're gonna call him in Vegas? He's gonna be like, hell no, I'm already coming back from Vegas. That's the last thing I want to do is a damn show. But then I reached out to him, and they're like, nah, he's down. Like we're gonna do it. And just all weekend, man, I would come in here and sit down and just be like, really, like, God dang, man, these freaking 3 legendary artists are gonna be in my presence here, and then to share them with you guys, to share them with the public over 30 years of legendary music, and here they are sitting right next to each other. And ready to embark on a whole new project.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask the question right up front, Juan P. Chato, Meme, like, is this a project, or is this something that you guys think you'll take it further than a project? I'll throw that right out the bat.
We're doing it as a project, and since we started doing it, of course, people want to hire us and everything right now. And right now, we're not taking any bookings, anything like that. Right now, lo que estamos haciendo, estamos preparando for 2022. ¿Sí? Sí. Es un project que vamos a hacer certain presentations. This is what we've had planned for years because of our fans. Our fans have asked us, when can you guys get together, do this, all you guys. But I have my group. Yo tengo los Renegades, Chatos with Los Chamacos.
Yeah.
And Manuel. He's got 16 dogs.
I got my dog.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was
and a horse.
And a horse.
And a bull.
And a bunch of cats.
And a black bull.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
A lot of Huizache.
Y luego?
So we decided, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's do something together. I mean, we've been friends since day one. Como quien dice. Y seguimos haciendo gracias a Dios. Yo todo el tiempo he dicho una cosa, que puedes tener a alguien en tu vida, en tu camino, y luego los dejas de ver por mucho tiempo, y si los vuelves a ver es una bendición de Dios. Y sin problemas, todo bien bonito eso. Eso, el otro día, when I played con David Lee Garza, los musicales, in 1992, I met Hector Gutierrez, awesome keyboard player, and he's still out there, he's still jamming. And I ran into him after like 28 years, 30 years, I seen him in it was 28 years. I seen him in a restaurant in Robstown. Y que lo voy viendo, pues I couldn't confuse him porque está bien altote. Ese es Hector.
You can't miss him.
And he told me, he said, this is a blessing. It's awesome. We hadn't seen each other in a long time, and it's nice. So I take that very seriously. And nosotros, we get along. We've always gotten along, and we're doing this project. Y está saliendo todo bien bonito. Oíste la canción desde hace ratito, ¿verdad? We got some good songs.
So I got to hear the song.
Johnny wrote this song.
It was badass.
And I recorded it, but I don't know the real name. Is Quiero Volar or Quiero Volar Contigo? Quiero Volar. Quiero Volar is the name of the song. So estén pendientes con eso. It should be coming out.
Dude, y'all be ready. Y'all be ready because that song, it's unique. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. It's a unique song.
We want to say that it's going to our music, our project de Los Amigos. La única manera que vas a poder conseguir la música de Los Amigos es por Americana Music Group, ¿ok? Ese es el social media. No va a estar en iTunes, no va a estar en YouTube, no va a estar en Apple Music, Spotify, nada de eso. It's under Americana Music Group.
So I want to talk about that a little bit, Juan P. And we talked off the air a little bit about that, but the issue is when they say like, hey, we're gonna you only can buy it from Americana Music. I mean, if you think about it, all of us have either Androids or iPhones for the most part, right?
Right.
And you have Spotify and you pay your $10 and you download this unlimited music.
Right.
But the issue is that when you download the music like that, musicians are getting like 0.0000001 of a penny for every download that somebody gets. You think about it, right?
And not only the músicos, the songwriters.
Yeah, songwriters, everybody, the whole gamut of the music. How
so the social media, todos esos they make their money. Pues qué bueno, qué bonito fuera si if I would have invented iTunes, pues I'd be making money too. Pero they make their money like that. Y, pues de esta manera, and to keep track everything exactly how it's supposed to be. Nosotros como músicos nos estamos cuidando. That's all we're trying to do, just take care of ourselves. Más nada for our kids and our grandkids.
Yeah, I mean, you don't honestly. We go to work. I get up and I go to work every day for a paycheck. And I think sometimes as fans we forget that musicians, this is their job. This is how they live. This is how their kids eat. How they pay their mortgages. And we forget that. Yeah. We want to go to a baile. It's free. Well, shit, who doesn't want to go to a free baile? I get it.
Yeah.
But, what we need to do is we need to,
support your
50,
bands,
yes, man. $10, $15, $20, whatever it is. Come out and have a good
That's
time.
1 hour of your day work. 1 hour.
That's it.
And you work 40 hours.
The
rest of the money you can blow it however you want. Yeah. Just go see it.
Speaking of money, guys, there's already somebody, I'm not gonna say his name, but he already put $20,000 in my backyard. Ask them. They're not for hire. He said, because he put it after you said we're not for hire. We're just working on a project. He put $20,000 in my backyard.
Well, we do
wait
backyards.
Wait a minute.
We do backyards.
I knew that was coming.
18 and a half.
I knew that was coming, man. I knew that was coming.
Well,
So,
well, and I want to interrupt real quick.
Dale, meme.
Quiero mandarle saludos a Raúl Sánchez. And
Get well soon.
Get well soon. We're praying for you. Y que todo salga bien.
Eddie Casas, saludos a Eddie Casas.
Eddie Casas también. And don't forget, it's AmericanaMusicGroup.com.
AmericanaMusicGroup.com. Hey, but they're not the only artists. There's other artists that are already jumping on this thing. So there's already singles that have already hit the top 20. I'm not going to say who they are. Right. But there is some singles that I try to like, and then I was like, I got tired of looking. I said, dude, where the hell is it at? So screw it. I went to the source and you play for the band. Like, hey bro, why come I can't hear you? I can't get your music. He said, cause you got to pay for it. You only can get it from here. You can't get it on Apple. I said, well, okay. Makes sense. You know what I mean?
He had a restaurant and you go there and say, Man, the hamburger is good, but you got to pay for it.
Yeah, I got a radio back there, Juan P, with a tape player. I'm just waiting for it to come on the air, and I hit record. Y ahí lo tengo, no hay pedo.
We're gonna be demolishing that stuff on the way out. Johnny, be sure and unplug that.
Hey, this is a cool comment. Just caught my eye. It says, saludos to my childhood idols en la música, Los Chamacos, Juan P Moreno, Johnny Sobria. Saludos.
Saludos, Johnny.
Yeah. So
Okay.
saludos. That was from Jason Nunez.
Yeah. Hey, saludos to Joey Jimenez. He's an awesome drummer too. He's playing with
Oh, my
Macizo
God.
right now. He just said
That was my line.
That was your line.
Yeah. You
Oh,
know,
well, I'm saying you're not reading your phone.
That was
I'm
Manuel's.
sorry, Joey.
Oh,
he beat me to it,
shit.
Joey.
That's freaking.
Okay, everybody be quiet.
Okay. We're good, Meme. You're good, Meme. Dale.
I want to say
see that,
a
Joey?
special hello to Joey.
Celoso.
I'm jealous. Joey is an awesome person. And say hi to him and his wife. And primeramente, he's good people. And I admire, like a lot of people, thousands of people admire the way he plays. And I'm honored to be his friend. And we love him to death. I mean, he's a good guy. And his wife and their daughter and all their family. So en Alice, Texas. Y Joey, de parte de mí and all of us here, we support you 100% and Macizo, the whole group. Hopefully we'll see you soon. And God bless you guys.
Maybe you can lay a track or something for us.
Yeah, because
We'll throw Manuel out.
yeah, because I took too long. I took too long, and I got tired.
No,
And then I got frustrated. Then when I got hungry, forget about it.
Meme, I
Hey,
was
Joey, I wore this shirt for you, but
Van Halen, puro
Yeah.
Van Halen.
But he's a crew fan, so you get
I
Van
know,
Halen, you
but-
should put Molly Crew.
well, so am I. I mean,
But with that being said, I talked to Joey today, and I reminded him who was going to be on the show tonight, and he was just like, "Bro, you have no idea what Manuel is to us." And it was this is great because it brings it up to a part of the show that I had in my head that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to talk about Manuel. This man, like, you know, Chato's with the Chamacos, Juan P's been with the Renegades. You know what I mean? Meme's been off the map, like completely. Like, you know what I'm saying? If for all the flat earthers, he fell. Flat
hey,
earthers.
We're on the fat other guy.
no.
He fell off, right? But no, I was talking to Joey, man, and you know what I mean? I was actually FaceTiming him, and to see his expressions when he talks about you, you know, I knew it was sincere, man. And coming from a guy of that caliber of a drummer to talking about you is just
it's a humble experience for me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Joey's he's massive. You know, his
with-
technique is the way he plays. He works really, really hard at it.
And he is sincere, and you can see it in
Yeah,
the person's
when he's
face
telling- yeah.
he's telling the truth. You know, nosotros, I mean, like saying, we were very fortunate. And back in the day when we were together in 84, 85, 86, 78, all those years, Intocable, Ricky Muñoz, y René, los saludos a todos los Intocables.
Intocables, saludos.
Johnny, todos badass musicians, man. They're awesome musicians. They've took the conjunto deal to another level, you know, their deal. They used to go and see us, and they've talked to us. And when René had mentioned some words to us, también,
Kind words.
and he really kind words and thanking us for thanking us for what we did in the industry, you know, los desperados. Saludos a los hermanos Villarreal, Lee and Mike Villarreal. You know, when they started, I was starting with Chamacos también, and we ran into them the other night, fanfare night. That night I talked with you.
Yeah.
Esa misma noche we went to another place and went to check out the Desperados, because son amigos de toda la vida, and mis respetos para ellos. They're really good guys. Yeah. And
También los Palominos.
los
The
Palominos.
Yeah,
There
they're
in Uvalde,
back,
we used to
bro.
play there también llegaba.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were in Uvalde, tocábamos y llegaban ahí los
Llegaban
Palomino jóvenes.
Palominos.
And,
Good guys. Awesome.
Buena gente.
you know, everybody turns out to be awesome. They're great musicians and they got their everything good, you know, and we're happy for that.
But
We're
but
very
but
proud.
Juan, let me get to let me talk about this today. As I always do, I try to like do a little background on my guests, so I can just have a little bit of content to talk about. And I go to YouTube, man, and you type in old school, you know, old chamaco stuff, bro. Esos outfits que tenían.
Hombre.
De esos nos lo regaló la sombra. Thank you, Tony, and la sombra.
Shout out to Tony
Mira,
Guerrero y
mira,
La Sombra,
let me
man.
tell you what happened. One time, we were going
This
to
one
Chicago.
time at band camp.
One of the times, we flew to Chicago, and pues we from San Antonio, and then we get in Phoenix, Arizona, yo creo, with the layover, and we'll get another plane, and we get to Chicago, and we're at the Fiesta del Sol. I mean, it's like down 16th Street, something like that, in San Antonio, and 18th Street. 18th Street and some high school, and
Pulaski.
big old football field behind it in Ramon Ayala, Los Tesoros de Brownsville, Los Chamacos en La Sombra, and Los Chamacos were mano a mano. Anyways, when we get there and to the airport, and our luggage isn't there, so we don't have nothing to wear. So somebody gets there and they said, "Hey, put these on." So that's when we first saw each other in tights.
Dude, Juan P, you're being serious.
Being serious.
Hold on.
And it's these
Wait,
guys-
I can't take him serious. Chato, is he being serious?
Yeah, because they would use the uniform primero y we would take them out y los daban a nosotros.
They would use it first. Tony said,
Hey.
"How can you find?"
And once I went in,
Buddies.
once I went in tights, I never went back. You know? They were awesome, man.
Man, you look good and tight.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, shit.
The yellow
man.
ones are awesome.
So y'all got to Chicago with no luggage, and somebody said, "Here, wear this."
And we toured with them that whole weekend.
Yeah.
You know.
But did
They
your
hired
luggage
us- they
show
would
up
hire
the
us
next
out-
day?
They would hire, huh?
Did at least your luggage show up the next day or
No,
the day?
during the week, because we stayed there for 2 weeks. I think 2
Ahí nos
weekends.
quedamos.
During the week, we got our clothes.
So all weekend you had to borrow their
we
uniform.
used their couple of
Their uniform,
uniforms.
their outfits.
Yeah, their outfits. Yeah, they helped us out. I mean,
You heard it here, folks, right here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. The old school chamacos came up with their outfits because their luggage got lost. And Meme said here that once he went on the tights, he never went back. It was tights, man.
I look pretty good.
The same seamstress
Back then.
Miss Julie Ramirez. Saludos to Miss Julie and Johnny from Bryan, Texas. They're from over there. I think they're still living over there. We haven't seen them in years. I hadn't seen them in years. Probably about 8 years, 7 or 8 years. I seen them at a fanfare one time. Pero the Sombra and us, those chamacos, we had the same seamstress with her, Julie Ramirez.
Well, everybody, no?
Yeah.
So that's why they were kind of similar.
There were, so we had sequence, except for you got purple, I got rainbow.
Man, so Joey says, "Hey, man, I appreciate the kind words. Y'all's friendship means more to me than y'all ever know. Good luck to you guys and kick some ass."
All right,
That was
brother.
from Joey
Thank
Jones,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joey.
So back in the 80s, Tejano music, conjunto music, you guys, for the fans, I mean, if you're our age, you know what I mean? I was a teenager, and like I said before, when the show first started, like these guys were just like, a la madre, like that's chamacos right there. They're jamming right here in front of me. And watching y'all, like, you guys kind of took the style of a little bit of what, like the 80s hard rock, and then the hip hop was just starting, right? The hip hop, because I remember that you guys were one of the first groups, Tejano groups, to do the Janet Jackson look. Do you remember the Janet Jackson look? What that was? You had those metal plates.
Oh, on the cap.
On the caps,
the sequence,
the sequence. You had the sequence on the thing, or you had the metal.
Headbands
the metal things and the.
We didn't know what we were doing there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No.
Hey, but
It was a
Real quick, I want to say saludos by Corky Frankie. He just texted a while ago. Nah, blacked out.
See you at work
He's
tomorrow.
not drinking. I promise. I promise
Thank
he's
you,
not
Coach, for
drinking, man.
watching.
I promise.
Gracias,
Oh,
primo.
dude. And then, you know, the quiet one of the bunch is Chato, man. Chato.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I mean, in here, he said, yeah, I remember saying, yeah, right.
You gotta watch him, man. He's the instigator.
He's an instigator.
Oh, boy.
Is
Puras
that?
mentiras.
No, so hey, we got a special guest that just showed up to the house, and she's doing her part on keeping Tejano music, conjunto music. This is the word that I use. You heard it right here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. We're keeping our culture and our music relevant. The word is relevant, and we're not keeping it alive. It is alive. It's not dead. We're keeping it relevant, meaning we're trying to reach young people, old people. So I'm gonna let her come on real quick and just say hello. Lexi, I know you weren't expecting to, but go ahead and just come right here in the middle and just kind of say hi. So shout out to my friend Lexi, who decided to come on and she does the Lexi shuffle. There she is.
There you go.
She's definitely on TikTok. So she was here a few weeks ago with the TikTok royalty. But thank you, Lexi, for hanging out.
Salud, Lexi.
Juan, before we get a little bit deeper, man, you want to do another one? You have another one that he could sing with you or no?
Oh, there's plenty of them. Which one do you want to do? Huh? Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get out of the
This
way.
is one I did with, well, before these guys get in, actually, I recorded with Los Chamacos de la Linda Morenita. Something written by my brother, Jorge Luis Moreno. Several groups lo han grabado. Signo did an awesome job on it. También. Potente también recorded it.
Salud, pa' potente.
Saludos a Potente, Anthony Quintanilla, all the guys. There's so many groups out there. Los Hermanos Cadena. Anybody you want to think of, you can say.
La tropa F.
Junipe Garcia, Tropa F, yeah, Tropa
Yes.
F. Max Baca, saludos a Max Baca. Saludos a todos los de Austin, Wholesale and Decking.
Salud a Ram.
Saludos a Grupo
Ram
Visión.
Herrera, got to be more serious. Cátelo, cinco, Ram. Esta que dice Linda Morenita. Linda Morenita, de ojitos café, yo te quiero mucho, ya volví otra vez, sabes que te quiero con todo el corazón. Nunca se me olvida el amor de los dos. Y ahora, juntos los dos, viviremos felices. Bien sabes, mi amor, nunca morenita, me olvido de ti, mi amor y mi vida, solo son para ti. Sabes bien. Ay, no más.
Killed it again, bro. I can't talk. I gotta be able to hear myself. Man, I mean, where else are you gonna get this, dude? Right here, unplugged, on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. If you're tuning in for the first time, again, this is Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, we do interviews with all kinds of people, and I love Tejano Conjunto music. So as long as they keep coming, I'm gonna keep giving them to you guys. So stay tuned for that. Man, we got off subject when I wanted to talk to you about a little bit about you, because I said earlier, Juan P to me is the greatest bajo sexto player of all time. Like I mean, there's not even. I mean, some people can come close. Nah, they can't. They can't even come close.
There's a lot of young talent.
There is, but you everybody tries to emulate Juan P Moreno. If you're a fan of music, you know, no matter what Tejano Conjunto, whatever you want to call it, however you want to see it, Juan P Moreno is he's the guy up here.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You know, Meme.
Manuel, you're the guy down here.
No.
You're right up here. I'm right here. You're down here. You're quiet.
That's the way I like it.
I'm right here. You're there, and you're down here.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it.
So
Yeah, I like it.
what I think people don't know about Manuel
You see, I told you.
is that he's not just a musician, man.
Oh no.
If you can see, I don't know if it's that HD quality enough, but if you can see, he has a big gold ring on his right finger, a big gold ring. And if you follow him on Facebook, you see the big ugly thumb, and it goes.
Yeah.
But he's a graduate of Texas A&M University.
Woo!
Yes.
So
Yeah. That's right, baby.
and
Yeah.
remember what's your like your title, or like when you graduated, what did you graduate with? What was your
I stole the ring.
Stole the ring.
No. Shit. Seriously.
¿Cómo se llama aquel vato que anda atrás del
I
dolphin?
found it.
He said I found it at the beach.
He stole it from Ace Ventura.
No, man. So you like literally for people watching, you know what I mean? Musicians, they do all kinds of things. I think as a fan, sometimes you just think, well, they're just a musician. Like they've been playing since they were a kid, right? And this is what they do for a living. You don't realize that these guys have other jobs, you know, especially now, I mean, I would tell you in the 80s, I could probably bet that you guys didn't have other jobs.
No.
I mean, because you guys were so, but talking, but on Meme though, like I literally want the fans to really like take that in. Like this dude is a graduate of Texas A&M University,
Wow.
and you're a legendary drummer. So many drummers in the Onda look up to you, and you know, talking to Joey earlier, like he's saying you changed a lot of things that were, you know, there was just a certain way that people did things, and you said, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna go ahead and do my own thing, and people bit off of that, and now it's you if you can't play like that, then you can't even, you know what I mean? You
Well, first of all, I'm very humble and very thankful for the many blessings that I've had. And the biggest one was when I left Chamacos. I was blessed to go back to college, which wasn't a dream that I wanted to fulfill. And thank God that I made it the first semester and the second semester. And before I knew it, I graduated with 1 degree from A&M, and then went another couple of months and got my second degree there. And then somehow got married, had children and all this stuff, and lived in Virginia there for a while.
Yeah, there was a neighbor on here saying that you were the best neighbor he's ever had.
Steve.
Steve, yeah, he
Steve
was
and
on
Sherry.
here, man. Hell yeah.
Steve Morgan. Okay, hi Steve and Cherry. Good to see y'all watching the show, and
Are y'all related to Joe Morgan?
and God bless you guys. And I want to just say hello, and thank you for being my friends. Thank you very much. And anyway, long story short, we ended up at Texas Tech, you know, at the time, and so I went back to school at Texas Tech. So I also went there as well, and continued with my masters and things like that, and in a different area in food microbiology. And I want to say hello to all the Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas fans. Say it again.
No. Texas Tech. My friends that we left there when I was there. I worked for the university under Dr. Mindy Brashears and many professors, Chance Brooks and everybody there. Good people, and will always, cherish their friendship.
Let's say real quick in Spanish para que sepan que Manuel desde que salió Los Chamacos se metió a la educación, fue por su maestría en universidad y todavía sigue estudiando, todavía sigue inteligencia. Mira cómo tiene los lápices, tiene
No, but I mean, I don't want to take up too much of the time.
No,
but
you're
I'm
good,
very
man.
humbled. But the biggest thing to me is that, as far as the music goes, as a drummer, I just want to not give a shout out, but give some respect to the people that I was very, very lucky and fortunate to play with back in the day. Rick Reyes, que paz descanse. Pete from...
Rick Reyes is with Little Joe drummer.
Right.
Yeah.
Adam Mosqueda from La Mafia. People like that. And I want to send a shout out to La Mafia. And hopefully we can meet one day. And because I never got to meet, you know, other than saying hi, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the whole, like Oscar and
Everybody, the whole.
everybody. And maybe one day
We
that'll
worked on
happen.
the same stage, but we never.
We
really-
play together, you know.
But it's like you coming off this side, they're coming on the other
and-
side.
and
Yeah.
Their musicians now are just awesome, and people like Adolfo Garcia. I mean, these are all mentors that I was very lucky to play in their era.
Balde Muñoz.
Balde Muñoz was awesome, and Jesse Reina
And-
from Pulido, Roberto Pulido, Los Clásicos. Saludos a
All
ellos
these
también.
guys you're saying are like.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna go back and watch this show, and I'm gonna go. That's just the person I am. Like I'm
So
such a
many
fan of
guys.
music, man. We have so much history and so much culture right here in front of you. Like these three guys that are right next to me. There is so. I mean, I'm telling you, if you're just falling upon this and you like, you're watching from California or somewhere, and you look up Chamacos, anywhere from 1991 before.
Yeah, it was
You know-
84 to 91.
84 to
And
91.
since I was a little kid, I remember my dad taking me, because my dad liked cachorros. My mom liked Snowball, Felicidad, Encanto. So I got the taste of both. And he would take me, and I would stand right there in front of the stage because I was even shorter then, believe it or not. And I got to see Juan H. Barron, and that was it for me.
Juan H. Barron
Juan
was
H.
a drummer,
Barron
a
was-
great drummer for Los Cachorros.
Yeah.
Because of the cachorros, yeah.
They drummed
And-
Relámpagos,
and
too.
the reason,
Yeah.
yeah, and the reason I bring this up, yes, I have a lot of, other idols in different genres of rock and all that stuff. Obviously, because that's where I learned a lot of stuff. But I think there's not enough said about the drummers I just mentioned and the
No,
groups.
definitely.
And I want to give them the respect that they
awesome,
deserve.
man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, man.
To all the drummers before Meme.
Yes.
And he took it's like in the Marine Corps we used to say like you always have different leaders and you don't want to just mimic one. You kind of take, hey, I like this about him, I like this about him, I like this about him, and you take all of them and then you make yourself.
Right.
And that's kind of like what you did
Juan
as
from the Tropa F también.
Yeah.
played.
So-
and
so-
then, and I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
but-
dale, Meme.
And then jumping back to now, I mean, the awesome drummers that are out there right now, I don't even know most of their names, but like you got Aaron Holler, obviously you got, Joey Jimenez, you got
Now that's the bad boy.
Mike G?
Mike G. Yes,
He's playing your
saludos,
drumsticks, Mike. He's
saludos.
playing your
I'm holding
drumsticks.
them. I try to get some magic out of them.
Shout out to my boy Mike G, man.
And not to like Lalo Reina,
Yeah.
guys like that are just awesome, and that's just the ones that I can.
Adam,
Come to your head.
And Billy O's son, what's his name?
Will,
That guy is awesome as well.
Billy O from David Lee.
And yeah, his son. And I cannot forget to mention Adam Garza. Back in the day, even up to
The
this
Deacon.
day. Yeah.
The Deacon.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Adam. Saludos, Adam, and David Lee.
Man, I want to read this comment to you,
Yeah.
bro. It says it's 2021, and there's nobody that could duplicate what Los Chamacos did back when they were together. Manuel Alvarado is the best drummer of all time.
No.
There's no one that can play like him. From your number one fan, Roman Torres, and my brother Rudy Torres.
Wow.
That's a
Gracias,
bad.
gracias. Gracias. Very humble, pero I mean, there's a lot of talent, like Juan said out there, and they're just awesome. I mean, for a guy out of a town like maybe 300 people at the most, not ever,
299 now.
yeah, not ever having the experience of,
gone. He's not there right now.
reading notes and all that stuff. It just came from I don't know where.
But
But
it's
anyway.
badass, man. It's badass. You're back in the public, bro. You're back here in social media. He lives. So all the drummers that grew up admiring this guy, he's alive. He's here. He's kicking.
And Chato too.
And and Los Amigos, they got this project. We're going to Chato. Chato's my next.
One more thing. I want to mention one more thing. I've always had the support and the friendship of Ruben Mendoza as well. He is a very good person. And
Little Beats.
Thank you. Yeah, Little Beats.
Little Beats,
Oh,
baby.
and Jorge, what's his name? His last name. I have a hard time saying his last name. Thank you for the cap. And you with Lucky Joe, saludos a Lucky Joe también. I mean, they're so secreto.
Shit, Manuel,
Grupo Secreto, they're awesome.
Manuel knows everybody.
Well, I spend a lot of time on social media because there's nothing else to do.
A lot of time. So that's good that you guys are up with social media. Chato, you don't personally have a.
No tengo nada.
You're the simple guy.
Yeah, I don't know how to work all this stuff.
Everybody says that. Then they pick up the phone. They're like, "Hey, give me your number. I'm gonna send you a text."
I say, just put your number, call me, and I'll call you back.
So you're still old school. Like, just call me.
Oh, yeah. Call me, I'll call you quick.
Shit, man.
Para Adrian de Rangi. Aquí dice.
Yeah. Adrian put somebody. Manuel, he's from Runge. Adrian Acevedo, he's originally from Runge, yeah. A shout out to Adrian Acevedo and Ace Promotions.
Tell us a little bit about you, Chato.
Yeah, it's what.
I'm gonna be you're the guest, I'm the host. So,
Manuel's taking over, he's taking over.
So, what do you think, Bumpy?
hey,
Bumpy me?
I got a question for you. Why is it called Wacky?
Okay, so his question is, why is this show called Wacky Wednesday? I haven't posted them. I want to get to it one day. I started this show almost a year and a half. I started this show when we started COVID. When people said, hey, you got to stay home. Me and my wife were like, damn, we get to stay home? Like, we don't got to go to work. We stay home. So we went and picked up some pizza. My wife's from Florida. So there's a pizza called Hungry Howie's. And they're big in Florida, but there's not really many here in Texas. There's only one here in San Antonio.
Not be too big, then.
No, there's only one. So we found it and we ordered pizza. Well, I started this show by going live, drinking beer, liquor, whatever, and I would get hammered. I would go live for 4 hours, vato. Playing rolas. People would be like, hey, bro, play this. Okay, cool. Hey, you know what? We got 6 viewers. If we get to 10, we're gonna take a shot. No, we're gonna. If we get to 10, we're gonna take a shot. So everybody watching, get your shots ready. And people would, hey, we're at 10. Boom, hombre, dude. By the end of the night, we were hammered. So going back to how I got wacky, well, I was getting drunk, and on the pizza box there was you know how they put the coupons que la chingada on the outside of the box.
Only coupons I remember the ones that said food coupons.
So it said Wacky Wednesday pizza special. So I was like, hey, welcome to Wacky Wednesday, because it was a Wednesday, man. It's like, welcome to Wacky Wednesday. And I had and my son had a little Alaska airline plane, Asina, like a little metal plane. And the phone would be like on my beer like this. I didn't have no lights, no nada. So I would get the plane and said, tonight's show is brought to you by Alaska Airlines. And I'd run the plane and shit. I'm gonna put them up. I'll put them up on TikTok. So remember, that's how and it stuck.
This was sponsored by Tex, man.
Yeah, here you go.
Yes.
So that's how I got the name, and then you know, it just grew. Then my wife's like, hey, why don't you talk to people? So it wasn't musicians, and then I said, man, you know what? I got some friends that are musicians, and it grew, and now it's people are calling. I used to be like, hey, bro, it's Monday, and I ain't got nobody to come on Wednesday. You know, Tuesday night, be like, hey, bro, please, dog, can you be my guest on, right? And now it's like I'm 2 months, 3 months out. I fill them up, which is great, man. The show is just evolved. So that's how I got Wacky Wednesday, man. From a pizza box.
You got another stupid question?
I'll come up with one here.
So, Chato, so you know, you came in after Juan P to the original Chamacos, and till now you're still with the
Chamacos.
You're still Chamacos,
me and
man.
and the guys.
The guys,
Ruben, Hugo. Shout out Gilbert.
To Gilbert, hey, I'm surprised.
Crazy guy.
I'm honestly surprised that he hasn't showed up yet. I'm surprised that Gilbert
Saludos
hasn't
to Gilbert.
blown up my phone and
We're
been
not
like,
gonna let
hey,
him
where we're
in.
at.
Now we're gonna lock the door como quiera. You don't want to meet Gilbert.
So, yeah, man, Chato. So you've been
saludos, Gilbert.
you've been doing this for a long time, man. Do you ever just like, do you ever get home after a weekend and just be like, fuck, man, that was another long weekend? Like,
Todavía no. Hopefully, gracias a Dios. Nah, todavía no.
you just you get home, get to it, and
Nice otra vez. I'm ready to go next week.
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. When you guys were touring in the 80s and the 90s, man, and again for the people watching, like, if you weren't a fan or you were too young to remember, I'm talking thousands and thousands of people would show up. They could put a stage in the middle of a rancho somewhere.
Más antes ya.
And people would just show up in groves, like all over the place, you know? What was it? Do y'all remember the biggest when y'all three were together?
To me, it was the Fiesta del Sol in Chicago.
That was
A
couple of concerts and
80,000 people, 60, you know.
we used to go a lot to California.
California was
mucho la
California,
Oregon,
yeah.
Washington, Idaho.
Idaho too?
That's where Juan's from.
That's where I was born and raised.
In Idaho, bro.
Saludos to everybody from Twin Falls, Idaho. All my family, to all the Hernandez family. I'm not Hernandez. Hernandez.
Ándale.
Rodriguez, la familia Galván.
Puro pinche papa?
Pues sí,
Idaho,
sí.
dog.
Tú quieres más.
Hey, Chato, that's not where he's from.
Oh, I was raised in Oregon, which is
Here's my
Jefferson,
neighbor.
Oregon.
Here's
For
my-
real, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the second grade hasta the 10th grade, and then I came back.
So, but your original home was Alice.
Alice, and then second grade, well, my parents.
So let me ask,
back to
were both of y'all's parents migrant workers?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
mine was.
Yeah.
Man, dude.
My grandfather was a contractor. He took like 6 to 10 families that I know of, big families in Idaho. Los Martinez, los Ruiz, los Sanchez, los Salinas. A lot of families. He took them up there. We worked with a lot of people up there. De Laredo, de Mathis, the Corpus Christi area. He would take truckloads of people to work as migrant.
Man,
And
I would have
my
never
mom and
known that,
dad's-
dude. I would have never known that either one of you weren't like raised here around. And
No, I picked cebollas,
Strawberries.
picked cherries.
¿Tú también?
Yeah,
Picked
picked
cherries.
strawberries.
I picked apples. And in Utah, Salt Lake City,
So,
worked in the bean fields and the potato fields.
Neta,
My hands hurt.
I'm being serious. On a serious note, like, this is what I love about doing this show, right? Just those two facts right there, Oregon, Idaho. I would have never knew. I thought they were born and raised here in South Texas, and you know the music was part of them. They've been doing it since they were, you know, knee high to a grasshopper. But no, these guys are working in the fields. Again, it goes back to our culture. It goes back to the people that we are, the hardworking people we are.
Yeah.
You know, because I heard a thing the other day where the music, a lot of people don't know where the acordeon comes from, when the bajo comes from. Teach your kids that, man. It's who we are, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, the guy was saying, you know, we'd work all day in the fields.
My first drum came.
And then at the end of the night, you know, when everybody would, after they would eat and they would just chill out, some guy would take out, he'd bring out the guitarra, the acordeon, and they start singing songs, and that's how the music evolved. You know what I mean? And
In the labor camps.
yeah, in labor camps in.
Honorio Garza was to know what town in Oregon.
Oregon era Jefferson, Oregon.
Ahí está.
Al ladito de
Okay,
Albany
that's
and
all he wanted to know.
Salem. And, that's all he wanted. Okay, Honorio, muchas gracias.
No, man. I mean,
No,
for
that's
real.
all he wanted to know.
No, these three guys. I mean, one, Mehmet being educated, you know, to you know, having degrees and being the musician that he is, and then, you know, Chato and Juan being migrant farm workers working in fields.
And we graduated, though. We graduated.
No, you guys did, but what I'm
here's the
saying is,
thing.
here you guys were like you say, you were picking cebolla, you were picking strawberries,
yeah, muy joven,
bro.
muy
But
joven.
to think 10 years from the time that you guys were picking, 10 years from the time that y'all were picking, bro.
We were together. Yeah.
No. you were playing in front of 80,000 people screaming your freaking names when 10 years ago you were bent over picking Savoya or picking strawberries.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of who we are, man. And I just want to really put that in, nail that down. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. To right now. That's badass, man.
Yeah, we worked a lot.
I hauled hay and drove tractor, and they put me to work. My dad all the time. But there's another point I want to make is that each and every one of us, just like every other musician, they all have a story. Juan played at a very young age with lots of groups. Chato played as well with a lot of groups. My first snare came from a garage sale in Naval Air Force Base in Beeville. Remember that?
NAS Chasefield.
Yeah.
And it's Chasefield. Saludos a Primo Jenny Montemayor from Chasefield.
We all played at a very young age with a lot of groups, and I want to mention that just because, I don't want people to think that we started playing way late in life.
No, we started it with Chamacos. We didn't start with
No, you guys were already set musicians before. Definitely. Definitely.
I started playing trumpet in junior high and playing drums for Hanson Junior High, Hanson High School in Hanson, Idaho.
Right.
There's pictures of in the what do you call them, the senior albums, the class. What do you call those?
The class book.
The yearbook.
The yearbook.
My sister Adelaida, salutes to my beautiful sister Yaya in San Diego, Texas right now. She kept them. Yeah, she kept her yearbooks. And when I was in junior high, and I'm in there, there was a drummer, as a trumpet player. You grow up, different instruments, and I got to bajo sexto, and I stayed with it.
Who gave you the bajo sexto?
Oh, your brother.
Nobody gave me a...
No. What I mean is like, who introduced you to the bajo sexto?
My older brother, Jorge Luis Moreno. He's the one that wrote Linda Morenita.
Yeah.
Him and my other brother, Jose Luis. They were singers. They were playing for another band called Los Rancheritos del Valle in Idaho, Twin Falls. They played first with La Familia Mexicana, but that's who I played with. My uncle's group, Fernando Rodriguez, La Familia Mexicana. Freddie, and all my cousins.
Those cousins.
Yeah.
Saludos.
Because we met in school acá, and we were in Texas. Entonces yo les platicaba, no hombre, yo tocaba con mi primo, and I have my friend Bill Denny, Skip Miller, Justin Sterman, Jeff Rice, Steve Shouse, and then they were all making fun of me. Yeah, right. And then we went to play over there, and I was like, this is my friend Bill Denny. Holy shit, he does have a friend. He does have a friend by the name of Bill. He does have a friend by the name of Skip.
So Juan, like I told you, in my eyes, you're the greatest bajo sexto player of all time. How did you get that way? Did you sit in your room and just play over and over and over again? Like, what does it take to be the best bajo sexto player?
Yo le enseñé más o menos todo. Yeah. He came down to Alice y no sabía nada.
No sabía nada.
No sabía.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Chato showed Juan P everything that he knows.
He didn't have a bajo, so I'm like, this is a bajo, Juan.
And then
okay.
Bajo sexto.
¿Tuvo qué?
Then
my older brother George, he got me started. I was inspired by my two brothers. Went to go see them perform in una quinceañera una vez in Twin Falls. And when they called them up to, they were playing, my brother Joe was playing the bajo, my brother Joe was playing the drums. Then they called him up, Joe, to front to sing both of them, to sing together. Y la gente se arrimó. ¿Entiendes? And that, I caught my attention. I said, wow, that's cool, I want to do it. So I started telling my brother George, and I said, hey, I want to play, help me out. Mm-hmm. Show me. So he started teaching me on una guitarra, le quitó dos cuerdas and the four strings on it para enseñarme a tocar el bass. Y luego, pues no, lo miraba yo en tocar el bajo sexto, le dije, let me try that. Y me enseñó, me empezó a enseñar primera, segunda y tercera. He got me started. And then I started playing with my uncle, Fernando Rodriguez, La Familia Mexicana, my cousins over there. And my uncle también me enseñaba scale, which I knew on a trumpet, but I didn't know how to do it on the bajo, Then I got it, started getting it.
Can you read music, Juan?
Yeah, I can read music for a trumpet. Yeah.
Chato, you read music?
He can't read.
I can read music for
Yeah,
Trevor.
but he can't read it. More or less, he can't read.
I'm gonna say master's degree. vato.
Can't read. You can't read. You know. I need my glasses.
Oh my God, bro. Gee.
Okay, can I just like make this even crazier?
Yes.
Lon, you played for my dad and my mom's wedding in Rupert, Idaho.
In Rupert, Idaho.
Yep.
Wow. With La Familia?
You were part of some band in
Yeah, it was-
Twin Falls.
Yeah. What year was that? Ask him what year it was. It was
You know who's
probably-
hey Juan? You know whose daughter that
yeah.
is?
No.
Tell him who your dad
First
is.
time we met you.
Nico Rodriguez, Go-Kart Carlos.
Go Kart Carlos.
That's your dad?
That's my dad.
Wow. Saludos.
Go Kart.
Wow.
We go way back.
Yeah.
Go Kart.
Yep.
Saludos.
That's his daughter.
KXTN, right? KXTN.
Yeah, he used to be
Yeah,
a KXTN for a long time. Yeah.
KXTN.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember now. Yes, I did play. And I was playing.
You
with
see?
La
I
Familia.
wasn't there, so you don't remember.
Yeah, yeah,
that,
no,
right?
but I remember your dad now.
You
because
were
he would
about
tell-
to.
He told me one time.
Yeah.
He told me, hey, you played at my wedding. That's cool. Yeah.
He never watches. But
Never?
he's one of my. He doesn't know it, but he's one of my idols.
Oh.
Go Kart.
Speaking of DJs, Muñeco from Beeville, Fernando Hernandez.
Oh yeah, it was a great.
Yeah. He told me, Juan, puro party Moreno. What's up, JPM? Love you, carnalito. Good to see you.
Saludos, Fernando. Un abrazote, carnal, man. God
Yeah.
bless you.
Saludos,
Dios
saludos.
tiene de bendiciones siempre.
Man,
Sí,
dude.
sí, he was really young. He was working radio for
Dude.
my cousin Valentin Moreno.
Valentin Moreno, bro, there in Beeville.
KTKO.
That's it, KTKO. But you know, he, the story goes.
La voz.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful voice.
Pues no,
But no. One time
No, hombre, seguro
we were in the
mujer,
hallway and he was like, "What are you listening to?" Because we used to have Walkmans, and I think I had La Mafia 1991 tape. I was jamming it everywhere, walking in the hallways. I said, "I'm listening to this." He puts it on. He's like, "You listen to that?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. I love that song. I listen to." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And you know, me and him got along. You know, because he was always so original, man. And Fernie was just English was a second language, right? And so he was just always cool to be around with, and I could go stories for days. But anyway, in Bevo there at the radio station, yeah, you know, we could go for a while. But I'm trying to get him one day. That's gonna be my show. I want for him just to sit down with me and me able to talk to him and tell him that the face to face. And for people to see him, because there's a lot of people that they know Go-Kart Carlos.
Awesome. He's
You know,
awesome.
shout out to all the radio DJs out there,
Yes,
man, that
sir.
are spinning the music. Because without them, dude, the music doesn't get heard.
Saludos a Bonnie Hernandez.
Oh yeah, Manuel, saludos.
Y el, ¿cómo se llama el Big Boy?
Big boy from KLMO.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saludos a todos.
To Bo Leo, Johnny Ramirez. Shit.
Bolillo, el mexicano, el negro. todo.
Chinga. Damn, beer making me burp. Going back to
¿Nunca has comido frijoles con un bolillo?
yes,
El bolillo es el pan.
I know that. A lot of people don't know that the bolillo's a pan. Yeah, people are like, bolillo, what white guy are you talking
Really?
about?
Y luego el pan está blanco. Por eso le dicen bolillo.
When you guys were in the prime, and like you said, you went out in Chicago and you played for so many people. Coming back to Texas, and you guys playing here, like, what do you guys, Chato? You that you're out there all the time. You know every weekend you're out there. What are some of the things that have changed besides the amount of people that show up? What do you think that's changed the music? Is that too broad of a question that you want to be more?
Nosotros, it was weird because we had to compete orquesta, right? And we were conjunto. We would play with all conjuntos. But we didn't play with all conjuntos. We played with these guys with orquesta. And I'm like, we were like, what
15
do we do?
people in a group, right?
Yeah, pues no era más. Sombra, Fiebre. We had to play against these guys.
Fama.
Polido, the leader, Big Dog.
Little Joe.
You know, Iris was
Little
orquesta.
Joe.
You know,
Yeah,
keyboards.
keyboard
And we come up
synthesizers.
with a accordion and bajo and it's like,
Yeah.
but they love
Yeah.
the music.
There were not very many conjuntos that played with all the big
I think
bands.
That was hard.
La Mafia.
I think that what's changed a lot in La Onda is the way of words. La juventud nowadays, como Grupo Signo, Los Palominos, Macizo, Lucky Joe, todos esos, la juventud que anda Elida, ahora están usando temas muy poéticos, muy mexicanos, ¿me entiendes? Very nicely written songs, que más antes no era así, ¿me entiendes?
It was 2 verses over and over and over again, and they were simple Spanish.
Exacto.
Yeah.
Y ahora es más correcto, más bonito. Yo porque, I mean, yo puedo hablar, I prefer speaking in Spanish, honestly. I've been living in Monterrey for 18 and a half years, and I've been married to my wife for 19 years, you know. So, me hallo mejor talking in Spanish, you know. But I listen to the songs, I come over here and I listen to all the radio stations that I can. And there is still a lot of lack in
The language.
educating songs. You know, the songwriters.
Are you saying there's real songs out there that are published right now
there's a lot of-
where the Spanish is not right?
It's not correct.
La letra
It's not
necesita
correct.
más.
And you say, well, it's Tex-Mex. You know, I mean, well, if you're Tex-Mex, you want to sound good. You know, 'cause in case puede ser un producer he can be from any part of this country, world.
Yeah.
You know, any that has an interest in investing in you or looking at you. Well, he wants to know. Well, is he saying the words correctly, or what are they saying? You know.
I
And then
think
if they understand Spanish, and you hear songs, you know, and the tuning, the tonation, that's one thing about I've seen a lot of a difference on one of the dances. Is the question to Chato, and I'm answering is the dances it's totally different. To me, it's totally different from the way it was.
Oh, yeah.
back
I
in
mean,
the
when
day. Back
I
in
used
the
to go
day,
to
it was
y'all's dances, bro, you couldn't move.
was
Like,
always packed.
I mean, it was packed, but people danced.
Yes,
People danced. See, era baile. It was a dance. You pay your $15, and I paid $15 a teenager, cutting grass, doing whatever I had to do, picking up bottles from trash cans, whatever I had to do to get to the $15 back then. And people now $15 like I can't pay $15.
Yeah,
But you're right about the music. If you listen to old Tejano, the words are it's a very simple song, right? And Johnny, you're over here. You're a songwriter, right? So words, you're exactly right. And when you hear like a regional Mexican song, the lyrics are very detailed. They're like it tells a whole complete story. It's not just like 2 verses and you're gonna a good beat, good melody, and boom, you play it again, play it again. It's
good music.
It's good music, and the lyrics are good. Yeah. And you're right. I think a lot of songs that have been hitting lately, the lyrics have been getting more serious and more
serious, and they're getting more because they're getting better songwriters.
Yeah.
You know, it's not to knock anybody down, you know, because there's always been songwriters, and okay, yeah, because that was la onda, but I mean, I guess because I've been in Mexico and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot to try to speak the words correctly, you know, like simplemente así. People in Texas say asina.
Yeah, we do. Asina.
And that's not.
It's así.
It's así. It's not asina.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the little things.
So
like
as soon as you say asina Monterrey, they're like, hey, pinche
that.
Tejano.
No, man.
Pocho.
Mami, Pocho. No mames, te dicen.
Oh man. Yeah, no. Shout out to Zeke Campos. Zeke, he's the accordion player for the Conjunto Cats.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
young.
Saludos,
Yeah,
saludos.
he was here. And man,
Hey, did you see what he did for, was it prom? Prom? He took him into the same.
what did he do?
He came into the cafeteria playing the accordion.
Oh, to ask his date out. Yeah, hell yeah. So shout out to Zeke, man.
Yes, the Conjunto Cats, Art, I mean, they're all awesome. They're an awesome young group, and se lo recomiendo a toda la gente. Art, los Conjunto Cats. Tocan.
Is it an
Con
iPhone?
madre.
Yeah, give it to John. There should be one plugged in the wall.
Ya se va, Manuel.
Behind the Manuel's leaving. No, man. Shout out to my boy Tigo, Noel Santiago, watching all the way in Florida, and I don't know the name of the damn town. Tarpon Springs. To my boy Tarpon Springs, and he was my friend in the Marine Corps. He's Boricua, Puerto Rican, and it's funny that he hit me up right now because it just brings me to this funny story. We would get a 18-pack of Budweiser, and we would sit there and drink, and he'd play. No. We would play one song. We'd play a song, right? I would play a Tejano song, and then he'd be like, "Hey, vato," or he wouldn't say vato. He'd be like, "Hey, that's not a Tejano song. It's a salsa song." So what are you talking about, bro? Vendedorame otra vez. That shit's all like masings that, like, you know what I mean? He's like, no, that's a salsa song. And this is before Google, so we couldn't just like go to Google to see who recorded it first, whatever.
Or Shazam.
Right. So then he would go through his CD book and he'd put his, because this is CD books. He'd put it on and be like, hey, that's the same damn song, but it's in salsa version. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, the music.
Se vale, mira. Se vale. Al decir eso se vale que decir, I mean, I can get a song, any band can get a song from somewhere else and do it your own way. You know, that's awesome. Pero pues, escoger canciones que tengan buena letra. That's the point.
The lyrics are good.
The lyrics, you know. There's songs out there. The man that, del Coco Rayado, Rubén Vela. Que paz descanse, that's an old merequetengue.
A what?
A merequetengue, kind of like a wapango.
Yeah, you done throw me out with
different music rhythms. It's a different.
Now my wife's like, I told you, see, because she's always talking smack, because she's from Florida, so she gets you know, a little bit of
so they get a lot of smack over there.
Yeah. Hi mom. Before my mom gets mad, hey, can y'all guys say hello to my mom, Lupita and Viva?
Hi,
Lupita and Viva.
There you go. There you are. You're good. Shout out to my boy Isidro. Isidro Gutierrez. He was just here this weekend. He made some badass tripas, dude. Badass. So shout out to Isidro.
He's a cook. Oh, anytime you want to go. Anytime you want to go.
Mandarle saludos a Jimmy Lee también de Vivo.
Jimmy Lee. Tentación. Hell yeah. Saludos to Jimmy Lee. But no, you guys being here, let's, before we go, let's talk a little bit about, I want the people to know, how in the hell Los Amigos, whose idea was it first? Look at the faces. Look at the faces right now.
Yeah. Hay cosas que no te puedo decir.
Secret. Secret.
Bien serio. Mira.
Oh, shit.
I'll take the credit for it to get it.
Chato's like, I got it.
That's how we used to do with songs. We used to write songs together.
No, jalada.
No, it's okay. You have it. You can have it. Yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
And you wrote 3/4 of it. He wrote the last thing he needed, and you take it.
The other way around. Dile la verdad, Chato. Dile la verdad.
All right. What do you think? ¿Todavía queda? Dijo, ya le falta un poquito.
Le falta un poquito. Dámela.
Le pusía 2 palabras. Ya.
Juan P Moreno. Johnny Moreno.
It's all right.
That happened to me a lot.
No te creas. Chato got more credit and more songs than I did.
Oh man. So okay, so we're gonna pass that question. Nobody wants to take credit of Los Amigos.
We'll take.
It started off as Dos Amigos.
We started as Dos Amigos because just Manuel and I. Because.
But then we looked at Chato. He had these real.
He was crying.
I cried a little bit.
What about me? Hey, you don't give a goddamn about
I told Manuel, come on, Manuel. Wait a minute. I said, come on, Manuel.
But they gotta understand who made them. Who made you guys?
Chato.
Oh, man.
He has a máquina. He makes people.
He makes people?
Yeah, he made me. He made me.
Like
I just got it.
But he ran out of fluid with him because me hizo chaparrito. A mí me hizo gordo.
Back then, no.
So you guys put this project together, man, and for the fans of Conjunto Music, for the fans of Chamacos, like for you to see this, it's nostalgia, man. Like literally, it's. I'm gonna speak on the fans' behalf to you three, because you're in my presence. Like for us, to know that this is you guys are doing something. It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. That's what we're doing it for. We're doing it for the fans. We're doing it for the fans. Us three. I mean, like I say, Chato's got he's with Los Chamacos, and I have my band, and Menu's got
his dogs.
My dog. I got a dog gang.
A dog gang.
Yeah.
A dog gang. Can you imagine a dog gang?
Dog gang.
Well, he's got one.
And a horse.
Vamos a hablar en serio, man.
Oh, man.
No, algo que se llama mouse.
Así se llama.
Así se llama. Es un caballo.
Let me. I forget that we cross-posted Tejano Nation, and sometimes their comments don't come on to the here. So I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure that.
Yeah. Hello.
Let's see.
From all of us. We just want to let everybody know. Be on the lookout for our new stuff that we got. Hay canciones que we recorded back in the day que we're redoing them. We're doing them a little bit different. Pero son canciones that we wrote or we did. Y otras son nuevas, like Johnny's new one, the Quiero Volar.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to be the first single, I think, right, Chato? Yeah. That's going to be the first single. And, pero we won't be performing, Los Amigos will not be performing until 2022.
Unless it's a backyard.
Unless it's a backyard for $20,000.
We're still up for those
$20,000.
Yo, and you're on record for putting it on here, so there's no erasing it, right?
I got a friend in the CIA.
I want to say something with, we just went through the first round of this pandemic, and on a serious note, I just want to say that to the people, the public, that when you live and learn from what just occurred, and just be more welcoming and humble, and to all the things that whatever happened in the past, in your families or your friends or whatever. I mean, just be glad we're here today because it's coming again. Awesome. And follow the rules and get vaccinated and so I just want to remind people that this is a serious thing, and it's important that we do what we should do for our families and for our friends and for this country.
No, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Bringing up COVID, Chato.
He's got a Mustang.
Do you know his nickname?
No, you don't.
Does anybody know his nickname?
Okay. No.
El Yeher.
Meme.
El Yeher.
Yeher.
Sí, como vengo del rancho y whatever. Yeah.
El Yeher. So when they say El Yeher,
that's meme.
No, I want to change it up. I want to thank all the men and women that serve our country. Thank everybody and stay strong out there. Thank you for defending our country in every way you do.
Hell yeah.
I have a son that's a U.S. Marine, and my oldest daughter, she's ya salió de National Guard Army.
Hell yeah, man.
So a couple of warriors in the family.
Yeah.
And primos and everybody también. Pero thank you everybody for serving our country. Okay, for defending us.
Thank you very much.
And everything. And los que no se han inyectado, no se han vacunado, whoever doesn't have a shot, go out there, get your vaccine, get vaccinated. That's the only way we're gonna.
We're not sponsored by vaccination companies, but
and don't. It's not the seltzer. Esa no es la vaccination.
Pfizer.
Esa es la Pfizer, no la seltzer. Pero que batalla yo con gente.
Hey,
I want to say hi to my oldest daughter that's in Texas, and Micaela Alvarado. If you're watching or if you ever watch this, I love you, and I'm so proud of you, mija. And to my boy that's at A&M, whoop. So, and Manuel Alvarado.
That's good, man.
Her Junior, and Sofía Pilar Alvarado, y mi Emma Catarina.
Hey,
Love
so
you
you
guys.
guys hear that, man? You guys got to go out when these singles come out. You got to go and buy them. You got to go and buy them because he's got 2 kids going to college, and that's not cheap, bro. So definitely get out there and get this music once it comes out. Chato, what I was going at was like during COVID, man. You have all the of both of you guys, like you've been on the road, I think consistently longer, right? How was it for you, dude? How was it for you to sit back and not know that you weren't gonna go out to, a gig that weekend?
It was hard. I mean, we hadn't been up, like, I've been on the road kid at 32 years, and todo el tiempo tocamos every week. This whole year was like, ya no me hallaba. Like, I'll go outside, cut the lawn. My house got todo
Remodeled, you remodeled
It is
everything.
because there was nothing to do. I mean, it's like,
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. No,
A este Chato lo vamos a llamar el amigo mayor.
yeah. Muchas gracias, Mayo. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yo soy el amigo más chaparro. Yo soy
Sí.
el amigo del medio.
Oh, and I want to thank all the taquerias and the cooks and waitresses. Don't close down because I can't live
you
without
can't live without the taquerias. Hey, Juan P, you said your kids were in the military. My kids are in the military. I did some time in the military, and I always, if I remember, I try to tell musicians who are in my presence, I like to tell you face to face something that I'm sure you might have heard it before down the road, but I'm going to tell you face to face because it's my show and I'm going to say it. People, when we're gone away from home, sometimes not sometimes, all the time, it sucks. And the last 10 years of my career were either in Afghanistan or Iraq or, some ugly desert forsaken place, right? And no matter what kind of day I had, I always knew that I could come back to my area, whether it was on the ground in a sleeping bag, and I could slip on a headphone with my iPod, and hear music, hear Chamacos, hear the music that I grew up with.
Right.
And no matter what I saw that day, no matter what had happened to any of my Marines or my friends,
Blow it off.
be able to go back and put that earphone in my ear and hear your music always reminded me that home is still here, that the world's still spinning, and I'm only there temporary, right? And it just, you don't really understand. Some people like, oh, this song reminded me of this chick or my ex or whatever.
I've never seen
But on a serious note, like just being able to go back and hear a song and be like, God dang, man, home is still here. It's still spinning, and I'm only here temporary. Like, you know what I mean? And it just gives, it would let you, it would calm myself down to know that my family's still waiting for me. And you guys were a big part of it. And not just for me. I'm speaking probably for a lot of service members all over the world right now. Yeah. Like, hearing an old song just lets you, man, it just takes you back, like, hey, a barbecue or something. You know what I mean?
Station way
across
the world and listening to the music, and
it was a great feeling, man. But I'm happy, dude. I'm really happy that you guys decided, whoever idea it was, you guys decided to do this because the fans need this. And you know what? The fact that you guys were together over 30 years ago and now you're doing this project, it's a breath of fresh air. Like, hey, we're still here. The music's still kicking. Oh, yes. When we brought Lexi out here and I said, we're trying to keep the music relevant. And that's what I want to reach out to people. Like, when you hear that Tejano ain't dead and all that, you're right. It ain't dead, and we're not gonna let it die. This is who we are, and we're gonna continue to spin. So, if you're a internet DJ, if you're a podcaster, if you're a radio DJ, whatever you do, just spin the music, man. Spin the music. And you know what? Reach that hand out and help them young bands that are getting started, because without them, then we're just going to play the same shit over and over and over again. Exactly right. And with that being said, I want to announce it tonight on the show that I haven't got the date yet, but once a month, if you're a new band, if you're an old band, and you just haven't played in a long time, hit me up. Hit me up on Messenger. Send me a message. Say, Bumper, I saw your show. I want to be on there. I'm going to start off with once a month, not on Wednesday. Wacky Wednesdays are still going to be Wacky Wednesdays, but I'm going to start off another show during the week. Haven't picked the day yet, but I'm going to go and I want to help. That's awesome. Young bands. I want people.
Recognition.
Yeah, recognition. Come in here. Let us know who you are. Let us hear some. If it's just accordion and bajo, whatever. If you got a cajon, whatever you want to bring, man. If it's just a cappella, I don't give a shit. You want to come here and let us know who you are, and let the fans know who you are, and that way, you know what I mean. We're doing our part to bring new music to people, because you never know. Somebody could watch a show and be like, hey, that was a badass rola, man. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. I'm going to do my part. You know, I talk the talk. I'm going to walk the walk. And I'm going to reach out my hand to, again, if you're a young band, if you're watching this, you're a fan of these guys, you know, watching them grow up, and you got a group that you're putting together, like, hit me up. Let me know. We'll make it happen. You'll come in here. We'll get to know who you guys are. So wanted to throw that out there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good job. That's great.
Thank you.
I just want to mention again the 5 people that are involved in this Los Amigos project.
Yes.
Is Manuel Alvarado, Eduardo Chato Ordonez, Juan P Moreno, Johnny Sobrevilla, and Salomon Ramos on the accordion.
Come here, Johnny.
Come on.
Johnny, no, don't just come here. Come sit down, because it's about that time that we hear. But I'll let you keep talking. But then when you're done talking, then play a rola. So I want to hear this guy's vocals here.
Which one do I want to do? Yeah, so ten pendientes, be on the lookout. Juan P Moreno, Renegades siguen, Los Chamacos siguen, and the Dog Gang siguen, y Visión sigue, y Retoño sigue. Nomás nosotros we're doing this es un project, es un proyecto que para 2022, 2022.
Hey, I don't know.
You know, ahorita we're just gonna mess around. I don't know what we're gonna sing right now. What do you want to do?
Saludo otra vez para Retoño.
Retoño?
And all the guys. Thank you for your support.
What do you want to sing?
I'm done now.
You're spraying now.
Johnny, what's one of your favorites that from back in the day that you growing up you loved to sing?
He knows them all. We don't know them. Silent, do you know this?
There's a lot for me, but one of them is near and dear to my heart, because it's called Ojitos Incomparables. There's a story behind it, but come to find out,
my dad wrote that song.
Yeah, Juan's dad wrote the song, and when it all came full circle, you know, several years ago. But that's one of my favorite songs. Ojitos Incomparables.
You know it? You remember it?
I think so.
Un pedacito.
What's
that?
Ya estoy aquí, morenita, te quiero, tú bien lo sabes. Qué bonitos ojos tienes, ojitos incomparables. Quisiera verte cerquitas y en tus ojitos mirarme. Dices que me quieres mucho, que por las noches me sueñas. Ojalá y que sea cierto y llegues a ser mi dueña y unir nuestros corazones. ¡Qué felicidad, morena! Pero ay, qué feliz me siento cuando te tengo abrazada, cantándote mis canciones bajo a la luna plateada y besando tu boquita, prenda de mi alma dorada.
This is something I did with David Lee Garza. Hasta cuando
tanto tiempo esperé tu regreso. Cuántas noches te di, no y desvelo, esperando a ver si con el tiempo se cerrara esta herida que tengo.
olvidado. Ya mi cuerpo se encuentra cansado y tú de mí ni te has acordado. ¿Hasta cuándo va a terminar esta pena? ¿Cuándo me voy a librar de esta cadena? Ya mi pecho herido no encuentra el alivio. Mi única esperanza es que vuelvas conmigo.
Me
Me
inventé.
despido, saludos para mi bebé, para Selene Michelle Moreno. I love you, mija. Love you very much. Sabes bien. El Vidal, what you Gomez? Okay, man. So we're good here. You done?
Oh my God, man.
Are you done or are you stupid?
So, ladies and gentlemen, again, you know, it is my honor just to be in these legendary artists' presence. All I ask of you guys is to make sure that when these singles come out, when the album comes out, you're gonna go to
AmericanaMusic.com.
AmericanaMusic.com, and we're gonna download this. So that way, if this project is a success, got tongue tied there. If this project is a success, we could probably assume that there's probably gonna be another project, right? And with that being said, man, guys, I can't thank you guys enough, dude. Honestly,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for giving us a chance to come in, to come out here and let people know what's going on. But thank you for inviting us, and you know, it's good to meet you, good to know you, and we're just waiting to see what's for dinner. No, man.
I think I'm gonna take these guys out to eat. If you were we did. I'll put it this way. I usually tell my wife, like, hey, but today she was real, and I didn't want to say, hey, you got to cook something, because then I would have got the wife look like,
Oh, yeah.
like, really? Like, all this shit I got to do today, and I still got to go home and cook.
I don't get that look anymore.
But we will get something to eat for sure.
If we're going to go out, let me go out singing the song for my wife. She likes to hear it.
Yeah, but before you go, that'd be perfect. But gentlemen, from a fan, I want to tell you guys, man, thank you for all the years, dude. All the years of bringing joy, happiness, sadness, everything. You know, everybody has their life, and it's a roller coaster, ups and downs. And music is it's a part of who we are, right? On our ups and our downs, we have a song that we want to listen to when we're at the bottom of the roller coaster, and there's a song we want to sing when we're at the top of the roller coaster.
That's true.
And you guys have been along many people's roller coasters, many people's lives. You guys have been alongside of them, and I don't think people say that enough. You know, you guys are part of people's lives, whether you think so or not. You know, you get in the car, you're going to work, you're pissed off, a song comes on, and you're like, hey, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that. Yeah, it could be worse. That could be like this song here. You know what I mean? I could have just lost everything.
It's true. It changes your way of thinking, your attitude.
Exactly. But Juan, Chato, Meme, dude, I wish you guys nothing but the absolute best, and I'm sure everybody watching,
same here.
You know, says the same thing. I'm looking forward to it, dude. And I just want to tell everybody out there in the social media world, I did it. Look, I got them first right here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Like, I can't believe it. Like, you know what I mean? 3 of my childhood idols are right here next to me, jamming out on a show that I could have never thought would be where it is today. So thanks to you guys that keep watching. Again, Meme, Chato, Juan,
Thank you, brother.
Thank you guys.
Gracias. Thank you very much.
I'm going to stop talking. Stay tuned next week. My guest next week will be Miss Aisha, Tejano female Tejano artist. She'll be here in the studio, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. But with that being said, again, I'm gonna shut up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Every Wednesday at 7:30, Facebook Live, Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who's going to show up. It is what it is. It's live. You get it, right? So before he starts, Meme, do you want to say any final saludos before we give the final mic to Juan P and he sends us out? I know
Quiero saludarle a Chato.
Muchas gracias, Manuel. Thank you for all the years.
Chato.
Un saludo para toda mi familia. My wife, Sandra, and my baby.
¿Qué has hecho, Chato?
A lot.
Sandra, thank you for coming on the trip. Thank you.
¿Qué le he hecho?
Thank you to your wife. She's a good host.
Thank you so much. Hey, baby, got a shout out if you're watching. I don't know if you're watching.
I just want to thank you because, we joke around with you all this stuff, but you're very professional, and I like that. And the thing is that a daily reminder for everybody out there, especially all the groups, remember that, we keep it real, we keep it professional, and everybody can work together.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. There's enough food on the table for everybody to eat.
Todos.
There's no reason to kick somebody off the table. No. There's enough for everybody to eat. I'll leave it at that.
Well, before one goes, just remember que sin los amigos es imposible volar.
Yes. Sin los amigos
es imposible volar.
Say it one more time, Juan.
Sin los amigos es imposible volar.
Amen.
Esta canción va especialmente para mi esposa Angélica, que le gusta mucho. It's not a recording, but I like it too. Diséñame que quiero ser todo lo que te guste. Diséñame que yo autorizaré cualquier ajuste. Quítame, ponme lo que quieras. Te doy mi esencia y mi verdad para que saldes tus quimeras y tu felicidad. Diséñame los besos que se llena el pasaporte para llegar al mundo donde yo quiero llevarte. Acorta o me alárgame las alas, aniva y vuela siempre junto a mí. Que yo no necesito más bengalas si tu luz va junto a mí. Diséñame muy a tu antojo, a tu capricho, pon en mi voz el te amo que nadie jamás te he dicho. Acorta o me alárgame las alas, respeta solamente el corazón, que allí hay un altar donde tú vives, donde nace mi canción. Thank you very much, man.
Hey, so again, those of you guys who are tuning in for the first time, my name is Bumper Gomez. You're watching Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. You can catch all the episodes, including this one. This one will be on tomorrow on my YouTube page. Bumper, it's easy. There it is right there. Bumper Gomez. If you type in Bumper Gomez on YouTube, you'll see all the different shows that I've done, all the different episodes. If you could like, subscribe, and share it, I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to grow the channel. Again, stay tuned next Wednesday, like every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. live right here from the Wacky Wednesday studio. My guest next week will be Aisha. Gentlemen, thank you guys.
Thank you de parte de los
Amigos.
There you go, baby. Thank you, guys. There you go. The flying bajo sexto.
Flying guitar.